What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, man. Once again, we're going to take another iOS 13 look on the iPhone 7 Plus. If you guys don't know, iOS 13 just came out. It's a pretty big deal, but you might be asking yourself, why are you looking at it on the 7 Plus and not on the regular iPhone 7? Well, funny story, actually, my iPhone 7, when I upgraded to it, I just updated to it, and it's actually been boot looping ever since I updated to it. So I don't know what's going on with it. There's probably some sort of back-end problem. So currently, if you own an iPhone 7, I probably would not recommend you to go and update because I am getting boot loops on my iPhone 7. I'll just go ahead and leave my iPhone 7 in the background so you guys can go and see how many times it's been boot looping. I'm going to figure out what the problem is later on, so it's not really a big deal if I have to go buy a new one, but for you it might be, so just keep that in mind. Now, some things within iOS 13 aren't really relevant to the scope of iPhone 7 Plus or iPhone 7, like Face ID getting 30% faster, not really relevant to the iPhone 7 Plus, but it's a really cool feature that they brought in, so that's awesome. App download speeds are also 50% smaller, and the app updates are also 60% smaller, so that's really weird. I don't know how they did that, but that's awesome. Now, one of the main features everybody is probably hyping up the most about is definitely the change of font. No, just kidding. It's would be dark mode 100%. As you guys can see, you go into settings, display in general, and you guys can see that you have two options. You have light mode or dark mode. In this case, we're going to leave it on dark mode, and it takes the whole entire system UI pretty much, the fonts for the most part. It tints a little bit here and there of darkness as well. If you go into the App Store, that is dark, and whatever apps support dark mode, I think it changes those ones to dark as well, so that's really, really cool. But I think this next thing is probably one of my favorites, so it's probably even better than that in my opinion, and that is the swipe mode. So in the keyboard, if you guys didn't know, before you had to quickly type in, and if you wanted to swipe, you couldn't on the stock keyboard, you had to download Gboard or something. But now that is not necessarily the case. You can go and just literally swipe the keyboard, and it's pretty much the same thing as Gboard, so I'm probably going to uninstall Gboard in order to keep this one, because before I had a lot of problems of going in and it constantly swapping back and forth, so it's kind of annoying. But this one looks really, really promising. Force touch still works as well as you can go. I saw some people saying it doesn't work, but it does work, so don't worry about that. And the Reminders app also got an update as well. If you go into it, you can see I always get so many pop-ups. It does look different. I don't want to go too depth into it right now because I really don't even know it that well, but it did get an update, as you guys can see. Privacy also got a pretty big update as well, so your device on iOS 13 will be technically more secure than your device on iOS 12, so that is definitely a really huge improvement right there. I really would rather have a secure device than a device that just has all my data running around and anybody can swap it up, so that's awesome. Messages also has this new thing where it's pretty much like a account profile for your messages, or in an iMessage account. So if you're texting somebody, if you text them back and it's a random number, they will be able to see your name and an emoji and all those crazy things. But I don't really like it too much. I feel like they're trying to make iMessage into some social media thing. I really don't appreciate that. Another cool thing is within Photos. So as you can see, if you're on the main Photos tab, you can see a couple more tabs down here, which are cool, and you can do it by days, months, whatever, and it pretty much just removes duplicates as you go further and further. But a really cool thing is if you zoom in, you can now zoom in and zoom out. And I said this in the other videos too. It's it reminds me so much of back in the day when Ice Cream Sandwich or whatever Android version I was using at the time. Some of those gallery apps were actually allowing you to do the same exact thing. Now, I really didn't even remember until they said this, so that's really cool they added it. And also the photo editor is a lot more different as well. So you can see that we have a couple more options. The same ones are still there, but they just kind of made it a little bit better. You can also rotate videos within the Photos app as well. And when you take a screenshot, there's a couple more settings there too, which is so cool. And all those little features and everything are supported with the iPhone 7 Plus. And the last feature I want to hit on is actually within the control center. So if you force touch into the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth toggle, you can actually be able to customize and change your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth settings straight from the control center. So you don't have to go into settings every time. You can do it straight from here. And also a huge one I'm missing out is the new volume HUD. As you can see, I can't believe I didn't even mention this in the other videos. But as you can see, you can go and swipe up and down. You can change the volume straight too. If you double tap up top, you can see it goes straight into being a small thing. But if you single tap, you can go and manage it yourself and be able to do all those. I think they're going to change that around a little bit, but it's pretty much a smaller version of your control center toggle, so that's definitely a cool thing in my opinion. Now, it did run a benchmark a while ago. I don't remember what. I think this was 12.3.1 actually, at a multi-core score of 203,094. I just reran it, and it did go down to 194,773. So not a huge downgrade at all, especially for the features that we're getting. Don't forget, this is a beta, so the bugs and everything will go down as time progresses, and it will probably end up getting faster. So that's pretty much it, man. I think it's really cool. Do not upgrade it if you have an iPhone 7. Like I said, it's been boot looping all day ever since I upgraded to it. Even if you have a 7 Plus, I wouldn't recommend upgrading yet to the betas, but once the official version comes out, go for it. But that is pretty much it, man. If you have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.